What is going on, guys? I just came back from seeing the Sonic movie sequel, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my spoiler-free thoughts. Oh my gosh, let me just say I loved this movie. Everything about it was just so Sonic. Like, it was a great Sonic movie, and it was also a great movie in general, and I feel like it captured the pure raw essence of what Sonic should be, and it's everything that I ever wanted in a Sonic movie to begin with. Alright, to be totally honest with you, I wanted to start by making the spoiler review, but I decided that probably making the spoiler free is better for now. That way you guys can all get a chance to see it, and the spoiler review can come out and you guys can understand that stuff. But there's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of great stuff that I feel like would be spoiling the movie, but I'm going to try to condense all of that and put it into a form that's spoiler free. And let me just say this. A lot of reviews are going to say like the human interactions or the human side of the story is not as good as the Sonic side of things, and yeah, they're right. But I don't think that the human side is bad by any means at all. Characters like Tom, Maddie, Rachel especially, and Sharif Moore's character, I don't remember his name, but they're great. I love their screen time. I think everything that kind of functions with them is just a really good time. It's like a weird romance comedy action movie as a whole. Like, you got the action comedy side from Sonic and Knuckles and Tails and Eggman, but you also get this romance and comedy side from like Tom and Maddie, and especially Rachel and Sharif Moore's character. It's so well assembled. But speaking of characters, since we're already on the topic of them, I want to talk about the main core characters, those being Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman, the ones that we're all going to the movie to see, of course, the ones that stand out the most as a Sonic fan, the ones you probably care about the most, aside from Tom, because we all love Tom and Maddie, we all love Maddie. Listen, there's a lot of characters we care about, but Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman, those are like, come on. Either way, these characters, I think they're all pretty well done. You know, Tails has this close friendship with Sonic, of course. Knuckles is the main villain, I guess, for most of it, with Eggman and in cahoots together, as you've seen in the trailers. But people say that Tails gets sidelined throughout the film, although I don't think that's actually true. I think Tails has his moments that actually stand out really well when he's working with Sonic, and he even has his own time to shine, just a little bit, but even still, like, I don't think he's sidelined per se. I think he functions in such a way that actually works well for the story, and also for his character. And speaking of Tails, I actually believe that he was probably the most game canon out of all of the characters, and I think that's a good thing because he stays by what you currently know about Tails. There's not a whole lot of new stuff in there. You'll see throughout the film that there's like they rehash some stuff that does kind of make sense for his character and works well for the movie. As far as the other characters go, those being Sonic, Knuckles, and Dr. Eggman in the main core anyway, Sonic is pretty much like an evolved version of his former self in Sonic 1. You see he does more heroic stuff, and he has a more refined personality that makes him stand out more of. He's grown a bit. He's grown a bit. He's not like the same little kid, although he does have those same little traits because it's not been that much time since the events of the first movie, but he's still grown, and he's more like Sonic in a sense where it's not as kid-like, but it's still not quite the Sonic we're accustomed to, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. I actually think this is really good for what it is, and I actually really enjoyed this Sonic for what it is. As far as Dr. Eggman goes, I hate to say it, it's weird because in the first movie, you would say that maybe Dr. Eggman was probably the shining light of that film. He was probably the best character in that movie, but in this sense, I actually think that he's the worst character in this movie, regarding the core four anyway. He's a great character, don't get me wrong. I think that's saying a lot, because if Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman is the worst of the four characters I just mentioned, then clearly they're doing something right here. Like, Knuckles is phenomenal. I love Knuckles in this movie. You can tell that he's like really socially awkward throughout the film because there's a lot of stuff he just doesn't understand, but he's also like likable in that sense because it's just like what? Like there's just so much stuff. I wish I can just go into more detail, but I don't want to spoil you because I was spoiled on this movie, unfortunately, and I think I would have loved it a lot more if I hadn't been spoiled. Either way, it was a great film. So there's actually two more things I want to talk about for this spoiler-free review. The first thing being the references. They use a ton of Sonic the Hedgehog references, whether it be on purpose or not on purpose. Either way, like, you can catch these things if you've been paying attention to the games and the other media, and you'll be like, what the? They put that in there? And it's pretty crazy. Like, it makes you feel, it rewards you for being a Sonic fan. It makes you feel good in that sense that, oh my gosh, like, I'm watching a Sonic movie. Not only is it good, but like it's a good Sonic movie. Like, if that makes any sense at all. Like, my one complaint I had with the Sonic movie 1 was that it was a good movie, yeah, but to me, it didn't feel like a Sonic movie. I said this time and time again, but it felt like a movie that Sonic was in. But in this movie, it feels like it's all about Sonic. Like, every facet of this, Sonic's got something to do with it. And it just feels so intrinsically great. It just feels so phenomenal. Now, the final thing I'm going to say in this spoiler-free review is just the kind of convergence of the two stories of the humans and also Sonic's story, like the action and romance story that I mentioned earlier. How they converge is actually really good. Like, in the beginning, you'll probably be like, why do we keep going back to the human side so much? Like, why does this keep happening? But you'll hit a point in the movie and you'll be like, oh, that's why we keep coming back. Because it all just kind of adds up and makes sense. It makes it like, it makes you question what's going on. And then when it hits you with that information, you're like, to tie this little spoiler-free review up neatly with a nice shiny little bow, I will say that I don't know if it's the best movie I've ever seen, so don't go in with those expectations saying that, oh, well, Sonic said it's the best movie ever, so I should probably just assume it is because I'm gonna go see it and it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be great, definitely. I think you'll really like it, especially if you're a Sonic fan, which I think you might be if you're watching this video, but it's just like, it rewards, like I said earlier, it rewards you for being a Sonic fan, and for that reason, I love it so much. It just got so much stuff in there in this 2-hour time frame, and it felt really short to me. It felt like this, like, quick. I don't even know where the time went because it was so good. But yeah, no, this was a great movie, and one I will definitely have to continue to keep watching over and over again. It's rewatchable, really rewatchable, at least in my opinion. But this whole video is also just my opinion. But anyway, thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this spoiler-free review. This is SONICSTA signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all, and I hope you guys go ahead and check out this movie, because it is great.
Why are you playing that trash?